Hi, Critical Analysis. This is your next Mastery Skills video. So I'm going to go ahead and click into Mastery Skills. And I'm going to scroll down. You can see lots of videos have been posted, and we are going to do today the critical thinking. And so this is one of the last. It's connected to the author bias that I've already posted previously because that went with chapters 8 and 9. Critical thinking is kind of a little bit of chapter 6, chapter 8, chapter 9, chapter 10. So it involves a couple different chapters. And so I was kind of waiting until we got through some of those. So I'm going to do post-test 1 because it kind of goes through some of these concepts and ideas, and I like to review those with you. So question number 1, knowing the source of material before you read will help you do what? Evaluate the accuracy and soundness, gain clues to the kind of material that it'll contain, select the most appropriate materials for your needs, or all of the above, and it's all of the above. Knowing where your material came from, like who wrote it, their background, is going to help you with all of these things here. Question 2, an assumption is an idea that the writer believes to be true. An assumption necessarily does not have to be proven, although they can certainly write about it and prove their assumption through their writing. But by definition, an assumption is something that is believed to be true and that you can later go on to prove or kind of negate. But that's what an assumption is. Question 3, an example of an article that is likely to be slanted. So just based on titles, which one of these do you think would be like have some bias in there? How to take better photographs, repairing foreign make cars, careers in the health sciences, a liberal arts degree is a waste of time. Hopefully you can tell that that very last one definitely includes some bias. That is going to be slanted against getting a liberal arts degree. It's not going to give you many of the benefits. Question 4, generalization can be defined as, so it's basically asking us to define a generalization because these happen quite often in writing, and so we have to be aware when an author is generalizing. And so a generalization is basically someone's statement or belief based on experience with some members of that group. So a generalization is when maybe you've interacted with a person of a particular group, whether it's gender, race, culture, and based on that interaction, you try to come up with a statement that fits every single person in that group, which obviously can't be done. You don't know every single person in every single category there. So to kind of expand on that, an example of a generalization is, so if you look at these options, there's one of them that tries to group a whole bunch of people into one category. And a key to generalizing is looking for words like all, every, none, those kind of words. And I think we talked about absolutes before we went to online learning, and that's an example of an absolute. All instructors at the college are highly committed to helping students. Well, that may be someone's experience based on one instructor, and that's certainly a positive thing, but without having interacted with every single instructor, that's still a generalization. Question 6, according to polls, more than 70% of voters oppose the new airport proposal. That is an example of what? Well, this is a percent right here, 70%, so that is a statistic. That's a stat, and that's kind of proof that sometimes authors will use to verify or back up their arguments. Question 7, when evaluating an internet source, what should you do? Look for the sponsoring organization. That is important. Is it a site that's getting money? Is it a slanted site? Is it a biased site? Determine the purpose. You always want to know why. Are they informing, persuading, telling a story? Cross-check information, always important to kind of verify your sources. So all of the above is what you should do when evaluating an internet source, or really any source. Writing is considered slanted. So here's kind of, they used that word a couple of questions ago. Slanted, meaning they select or omit information. It's not slanted if they give both sides. It's not slanted if they give facts. It's not slanted if it's personal experience, because that would be kind of evident in the purpose, like this is someone's personal experience. But if they have facts and they only choose to give you some of the information and not all of it, that is slanted writing. Okay, question 9, the statement, the Galapagos Islands are located on the equator, is an example of, and hopefully from our choices you can tell that's just a fact. We can verify and prove that. And then question 10, an example of a value judgment. So value judgment, beliefs basically, kind of saying something is good, bad, what we should not do. So if you look at your options, accepting a bribe, it gets against the law. The county clerk was elected for a 3rd term. Ex-convicts should not have to reveal prison time on job applications. I expected the restaurant to be expensive after reading the review. Only one of these really has like a value on it, like an extreme opinion, and that's that one right there. And they even use like the phrase should not. That's when you know there's a value on there. My goodness. Okay, so that is your critical thinking skill, and I will have that open and viewable for you very soon. So just as a reminder, your critical thinking, as well as all of your other skills, let me go back into mastery skills. These are due at the end of week 14, so we still have that deadline in place. So please get in there, be working, look at the videos, use these to help you through. Let me know if you have questions, whatever you need. All right.